Hey everybody, my name is Dennis. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a delicious guacamole. It's something that I always make whenever we have a party or anything like that, and people love it. It's very simple to make, you don't need a lot of ingredients, super quick to make, and it tastes great. So what you're going to need today is, you're going to need some Hass avocados, kind of on the soft side. Don't get the ones that are completely green because it'll just be very hard to mash those. These are pretty good. I can show you a little bit in a close-up what they look like. We're going to need some limes. We'll probably use about 1.5 limes. We're going to need a small onion, about 1/2 cup of cilantro. You're going to also need 2 Roma tomatoes, and we're going to need a jalapeno. I normally like to use about 1/2 jalapeno and I take out the seeds. But if you like, your guac spicier, if you're accustomed to spicy food, you can definitely be welcome to, add the whole thing and not remove the stems on the inside and the seeds. That's what, is actually very spicy. So it all depends on your taste. We're also going to need some cayenne pepper, which is the same as the jalapeno. We only put a little bit in this recipe, but you can feel free to add more if you wish. We're going to need some cumin and then some kosher salt. I like to use this little device to squeeze the juice out of the lime. It's not completely necessary, it just makes my life a lot easier, keeps my hands pretty clean, but if you don't have one of these, or you can't find one in your area, just cut the lemon and just use it, with your hand. Just kind of don't let the seeds go in there. It's not very pleasant, to get that bite of guac with a lime seed in there. In order to squash the avocados, I like to use one of these. Typically this is used for mashed potatoes, but if you don't have that, any of those things, then very simple, just throw them in here and then use the back of a fork, a big fork, and you can just go ahead and squash it that way. Very simple and easy to do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut these in half, and then we're going to throw them into a big mixing bowl, and we're going to put some of the lime juice in there to prevent the avocados from oxidizing. They'll turn brown if you just leave them out there without anything. So we're going to go ahead and leave them in there. I'll show you how to do it. With the avocado, it's pretty simple. You just cut right through the top here, very slowly until you hit the core, and then you can just go around. Just be careful not to cut yourself, obviously, but if you go around there, you give it a little twist, and it'll open up like that. You'll get one side without anything, and one side is going to have, the seed. Very simple way to get that out of there. With this, with a bigger knife, I like to use a little, this is called a Santuco knife, but you can use a chef knife. You can use any type of knife. But with this one, you just hit it there, give it a little twist, and it comes off like that. You have a little garbage in here, so you can just hit it right there. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, you go ahead and grab a little spoon. We'll get a spoon and we'll scoop it out. Very simple, just like that. Just go along the skin. The only thing you gotta really be careful of is to not get, it has a little, I don't know if you can see it here, but this little, I guess where it hangs, from the tree or whatever. So you gotta make sure that that doesn't go inside your guac, because it wouldn't be nice to get a bite of that either. So you can just, remove it before you scoop everything out. Just scoop it. You don't have to mash it or anything. You can just go ahead and do that. I like to just take it out beforehand, throw it in garbage. That way you're assured that it won't make it in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and juice 1 lime. Like that. Cut it in half. And just let that lime juice in there. Okay. And just make sure to cover all the avocado that's in there, and that'll help it stay nice and with that green and yellowish color that it has. So that's good. Once you're done with this, just put it to the side. The next part is the fun part, the chopping of all the different veggies. Next part is the tomato. Now, in order to cut this tomato, it's very, very important for this guacamole. for you to remove all the stuff that's liquidy inside, so the seeds and all that. The easiest way to cut this tomato is to cut by this side, not the top part of it, but the stem part of the tomato. Just cut right there, remove that, and then stand it up. And then you're going to slice it into 3. So you're going to go 1, go around the inside, and then on the last part, you're going to go ahead and just kind of scoop this stuff out. This is the stuff you don't want to use because it's going to make all this liquid and all this stuff inside it is going to make your guacamole very watery. And you don't want that. You just want it to be nice and thick, but without any water in there. So, I'm not going to bore you guys with the whole chopping of this. I'm sure you know how to do it. I'll do one, and then the rest, you know, you can figure, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. So just cut it into little pieces, like that. Put them in a line, and then just chop them into small little pieces. Okay, and then they come onto like little squares. Okay, so now that we have our onions nice and diced, we have our tomatoes, we have our jalapeno, we have our cilantro, and then we also have our different spices over here. We're going to go ahead and mash these, and you see how they haven't really browned? It's because we put that lime in there, that lime juice. So we're just going to go ahead and just squeeze it out. Just like so. Just try to get all those big pieces into small pieces. It doesn't have to be completely smooth. And there you go. Sorry for the noise. You want to get every last bit out of it. Okay, put all that in there. Now you got this like this, and then you just basically throw all this stuff in here. Let me grab one. Okay, you fold this in. The onions, the tomato, jalapeno, and the cilantro. I like a lot of cilantro. You can, you know, if you don't like cilantro, you can do a little bit less, and just mix it up. Just fold it in, just like that. Okay, and then once you folded all that in, we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to add just a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. I don't like it too spicy. Cayenne is a little hot for me, for my family. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of cumin. Just throw that in there. Okay, and the last thing, it's going to be the equivalent of about a teaspoon of kosher salt. And obviously, you know, if you like it, you got to really just like taste it. If you think it's a little bit, you know, plain, then add a little bit more salt. It's really up to you, you know. Everybody has different tastes. The way it is like this is the way I've always made it. It has pretty good flavor. And definitely goes good with some nachos. Now, final thing, go ahead and plate it. Let's taste it with chip. Man, that's really good. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please try it. Let me know if you liked it, if you make it, if you you have your own recipe for this. Maybe you give me some tips on how you make it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you liked it. Have a fantastic day.